Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you about the island of Key West. It's worth going to Key West, it's really beautiful. Are the islands paradisiacal? How is the road there? And all the doubts people have when they are building their itinerary to Orlando, Florida. So stay tuned, there will be very quick tips, direct and without winding up. So guys, don't forget to give us a like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel and buckle up. Well, for those who don't know, Key West is part of the Florida Keys, which are a group of islands in the south of Florida, so it's right under Miami Beach. It's considered the American Caribbean. The beaches are very beautiful and the islands are really paradisiacal. It's a very beautiful place that's worth visiting. What many people have doubts about is the distance. The distance from Miami to Key West is 3.5 hours and sometimes up to 4 hours, depending on the place of your trip. So people are kind of in doubt if it's worth to do a round trip, it's worth it to sleep one night, or if it's worth to sleep 2 nights. So we'll try to tell you a little bit about Key West in general and what we think about it, the general opinion that we had according to the trips we had made there. In our opinion, it's worth visiting Key West, yes, but only if you have a few days left on your trip to Miami. If you're going to stay 3 or 4 days in Miami, it's worth focusing on the attractions of Miami. If you're going to stay a little longer and have a few days to spare, Key West is a sensational place that's worth visiting, yes. Many people do the round trip there. We did it the first time we went to Miami, it was worth it. Key West is right in the south of the Florida Keys. It's the lowest point in the United States, so it's a 3.5-4 hour drive to Miami, but along the way there are several beautiful islands and the trip is very enjoyable. So you can stop and eat on the islands in the middle of the way, so you go slowly to see the landscape, so it ends up being pleasant. The fatigue is a little bit more when you come back because you stay the whole day on the beach. You will eat, drink, get tired walking around and enjoying the attractions, and when it's time to come back, it gets a little bit trying, yes. But if you have 1, 2 or 3 people, you can take turns in the car, take turns on the trip, and it ends up being pretty easy. So in our opinion, if you only have 1 day available, it's worth it because the trip itself is already an attraction. If you don't know, until to get to Key West, there are almost 150 kilometers of bridges, so it's a very long extension. It's a 3.5 hour trip, but 2 hours will be over bridges suspended over the sea. There are huge points that are right over the ocean, and when you are driving there, you look forward and you see only bridges. If you look back, you won't see land or anything, but you will see bridges, and to each side that you look, you will have the sea. So it's something different. It's a unique experience that we like to have during our trip, so it's worthwhile. A cool tip that we give, here it is. Along the trip, there's a little town and an island there called Key Largo. It's right in the middle of the way. It's 1.5 hours from Miami, and it's a very beautiful place. It's worth it to take picture, and it has some beautiful restaurants. We stopped there to eat, to recover the energies, to catch our breath, and continue the trip to Key West. If you have an extra day to stay in Key West, it's worth it. If you have 2 or 3 days left, even if it's only 1, you can spend 1 night there, get a little hotel on the beach that are very nice and beachy hotels. It's worth it for you to enjoy the city a little more, to rest, or even 2 nights. More than that, we don't think it's worth it because there are not so many things to do. It's a quieter city and the islands are a little quieter. So check your itinerary, set it up according to what you're looking for, because everyone prefers one thing or the other, and then you see how many days are worth staying there. In our opinion, just 1 day is enough, but if you have a different opinion, it's okay too. A lot of people plan their trips in a different way, so do the research, see what's best for you, what you're looking for in the trip, and then you decide. The city Key West is very popular with tourists. It's very beautiful and the sea is really blue. It has a lot of people that practice sports, so you see people practicing radical sports in the water. You can rent a jet ski and go all around the island with the big island. Everybody talks about the island and thinks it's small, but no, it's a big island. Key West has a lot of nice things. There are many nice restaurants. At night there's a main street where you can go out, go to a bar and have a drink, so it's a very nice place. Everybody says that the sunset in Key West is one of the most beautiful in the world. It's very cool because you can see the sun rising on the side of the sea and setting on the other, and there's nothing in between. Then there's a nice square that's worth visiting and seeing the sunset. This square is called Mallory Square. It's very worthwhile. People start arriving there around 5 or 5:30 in the afternoon and start to drink something, eat, and wait till the sun finally sets. Everybody applauds. There are artists playing live music. It's very nice, a real beach atmosphere. It's worth it if you plan the sunset there, which is beautiful. We loved it and we super recommend. The sunset is beautiful. Speaking of beaches, there are several beautiful beaches in Key West. The two that we found the most beautiful were Hicks Beach and Ismathers Beach. So there are two beautiful beaches that we liked a lot. It has certain structure with a shower, a kiosk, and something to eat there, but it's very worthwhile and it's very nice, and there are several others. So search, sometimes we will stay in a hotel closer to another one. It's worth it because as it's an island, everything is very beautiful. The whole sea around it has the blue water with the white sand. The sea is a little bit calmer than in other places. So they are paradisiacal beaches which you can find very easy. All the places are good. A nice place to visit also, and which is very popular with tourists, is a 90-mile marker to Cuba. So it's like a hat. It looks like a hat. The tourist spot is the closest landmark to Cuba of all the United States. So when you're there, you're going to be as close to Cuba as possible, being the United States. It's 90 miles from Cuba, so it's really very close. People take pictures because it's a tourist place, but it's a very short. You can take pictures, but there is not so much to do there. But it's worth visiting to get to know it. Take that picture, save it for posting, and that's it. There's nothing much. And a place that's very nice to know but that needs a little planning, it's Dry Tortugas. It's a beautiful national park. It's actually a fort that was abandoned and deactivated, actually, and it became a natural park, amazing for diving. It's beautiful and sensational. The water is wide, you can see all kinds of fish, but to get there you have to take the ferry from Key West. So check it out, research when the ferry is located and how long it takes to get there, because I don't remember, it's about an hour or an hour and a half bit way. We were not able to go, but there are many people who go and say it's beautiful and worth it. On that day we were a little bit of a hurry because our trip was short, and when we decided to go to Key West it ended up not being possible, but we really want to go back. The next time we go to Miami, for sure we'll take this tour because they say it's beautiful. It's a little bit difficult to access because you have to take a ferry, which takes an hour and a half to get there and then to return, but they say it's really a beautiful place and it's controlled. People's access is controlled. It has that nature that we hardly ever see on other places, so it's worth considering. Next time we're totally going to go there to see if it's good or not, and then we are going to give you tips about it the next time we go. And whoever go to Key West has to rent a car. It's very difficult to go there without a rental car, and in general Miami is a place that we highly recommend renting a car. In fact, Miami, Orlando, and all of California are destinations that we must visit by car because it makes the difference. Can you do it in other ways? Yes, but it ends up being much more difficult, and with a car you have much more comfort, practicality. The trips are very beautiful. This trip over the bridges to Key West was one of the most beautiful trips we made, and it was worth it. You will shop in Miami and you will need a car and trunk to take things from there to there and take everything back to the hotel, so it's worth it. The most beautiful beaches too are right north of Miami. We have to go by car. We went by car to the other times and it was very easy and very fast, and the trips are beautiful. The highways are very nice and easy to drive with beautiful landscapes, so you can also enjoy this part of the trip by renting a car. Many people get a little worried because they think it's expensive, but you can get it for a good price. Yes, there are many companies. It's worth searching in all of them. There are many good car rental companies. If you do a good research, you will find good deals. I even have a price comparison tool that we always highly recommend. We use it on every trip because it always finds the best price. It's very good. And what do? You enter the date of your trip and the destination, then it does a search in all of the car rental companies until it finds the best price. You will analyze all the available car options and the car rental companies and then choose the one you think it's best, so you can see which one has the best price, which one has a promotion, which one has the coolest car, and you can guarantee the lowest price for sure. They have a much cheaper price than if you go directly to the rental company because their negotiation is very strong and they have a demand and a very big volume of reservations, so they really have the best price. We recommend use them all the time. I'll leave the link here in the description of the channel along with the others I commented for you to organize yourself and then enter the sites, make your reservations and plan your entire trip. But do the research and you can find a very cheap car rental. Yes, and it's totally and completely worth it. And about the question of where to stay in Key West is big. It has some areas that are nicer than the others. Depending on where you stay, you'll be able to enjoy more. The tourist center to go at night and get to a more beautiful beach or other. So to make life a little easier, we created a map in one of the sites that does hotel researches, which is one of the biggest in the world. You will certainly know it. We got a tool from them and put together a little map which selects and delimits the best regions in Key West. So you can see where you're going to stay. You enter the date of your trip and it already gives you all the hotel options that are within this region, which is the best location. If you stay within this line, you will have an excellent region and a guaranteed great location. There's no mistake. We will leave some filters, like for example the excellent rating of the hotels. Then only hotels with guest ratings from 8 upwards will appear, which is a great idea. It's already guarantees you a great hotel with no problems and no hassles. This is very good and we always use it, so check the link to research that. It's very good. Any hotel that has the best price on this link is worth it because it's already in a very location. It has great reviews, so it's guaranteed that you're going to stay in a good place for a very low price. You're not going to regret it. This comparator is the best one. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tips. Go to Key West, it's worth it. If you liked the video, give us a like, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel to continue enjoying all the travel tips we're giving you, and follow us on Instagram too. We're always traveling around the world trying to give tips and showing the place we know. And our routine too with our little one, who is very cool and very funny. It's worth following. And send me a direct comment here in the video too, ask for some tips or tell us about something we missed if you liked the video. If there is any subject you want us to talk about here, you can ask, interact. We like it. The channel is for that, and we are happy to give the best tips for you. And be sure to watch this video on how to save a lot in Miami, which is excellent. It's a very good video because it brings together all the tips for you to save a lot on our trip, from planning such as car rental, lodging, tickets, travel insurance, cell phone chip, to things that you can do there like going to the beach, shopping, restaurants, nightclubs. All tips for you to save money. Really, these are worthwhile tips that will make you organize your whole trip better, spending less and being able to hire better service. It's worth it. Take a look, and below there is the playlist, all the videos organized from Miami, separated for you to better organize and plan your trip very well. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Have nice trips, and I'll see you next time.